Good day, everyone. Welcome to Teacher Charlene's English lesson. It's another day and it's another set of English lesson for today's discussion. So for today, we are going to discuss about adjective. But before we dive into this topic, let me first read you the lesson's objective. Upon the completion of this lesson, students will be able to first, identify adjectives in text. Second, explain what is adjective. And the third and the last one is describe object using creative adjectives. I am assuring you that today's lesson will be fun and exciting because we all know how important adjective is in a sentence. But before anything else, let me first read you a poem. The poem is entitled The Plant. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. The little plant heard, and it rose to see. What a wonderful sight the outside world might be. Can you identify the adjectives in the poem? Seems like a tough job since you still don't know what is adjective. So before we identify the adjectives in the poem, let us first know what is adjective. What do you think is adjective? To simply put, adjective is a word you use to describe a place, person, or thing. It modifies nouns or pronouns. Now that you know the definition of an adjective, can you now identify the adjectives you can find in the poem? Yes, very good. We have the adjectives deep, dear, little, fast, bright, and wonderful. Very good. It is important to know that without adjective, you wouldn't know if you had a serene vacation or a disastrous one. So without further ado, let's dive into the intricacies of this important part of speech so you can identify adjective when you see one. So we have four important usage of adjectives. First, we have as information gatherers. Second, we have can answer questions. Third, can use certain suffixes. And the fourth and the last one is can use certain placements in a sentence. So first, let us have adjectives as information gatherers. So when it comes to function, adjectives are information gatherers, specifically because they provide further information about an object's size, shape, color, age, or origin or materials being used. So here are three examples about an adjectives in action. First example, it's a round table. So round in the sentence describes the shape of the table. It's a red table. So red in the sentence describes the color of the table. So the last example here is it's an old table. So old in the sentence describes the age of the table. Do you now understand, class? Yes, very good. So now let's proceed to the second usage, which is adjectives answers questions. Adjectives serve another important role. They answer questions like what kind, how many, and which one. You can see how they do this job in the following examples. What cat did you see? It was the gray cat. What potatoes did you buy? I bought red potatoes. Easy, right? Now let's proceed to the third one. We have adjectives use certain suffixes. We all know that suffixes is the ending portion of a word. They often follow a familiar pattern. In general, many English adjectives use suffixes. Now we have the first example suffix, which is able and able in the words approachable, invisible, responsible, and uncomfortable. Next, we have the suffix al used in the words educational, gradual, vital, and illegal. For the last example suffix, we have an in the words American, Mexican, and urban. So now that we're done with the three, we are going down to the last one, which is the adjectives use certain placements in a sentence. What if you come across a word that doesn't have any of the mentioned suffixes, but you still suspect it's an adjective? You can use a sentence placement as a clue. The key to knowing whether a word is an adjective is to look where it is and what it's doing in a sentence. Adjective placement in a sentence could be before a noun, between an article and a noun, between a possessive and a noun, between a demonstrative and a noun, between an amount and a noun, and also adjective can act as a complement. So now that we know all of the four important usage of adjectives, now it's the time I will show you two objects and you will give me a word that will describe that certain object. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! So we have the first object. So from this object, what words or what describing words can you draw? Very good. We have round, orange, and shiny. So for a second object, you have to describe the object flower. So what words can you use to describe this object? Yes, very good. We can describe the flower as beautiful, colorful, and plastic because this flower is made of plastic. Well done, guys. I'm so proud of you. We've come a long way and now you really understand the topic adjectives. It is also important to note that when you say multiple adjectives in a sentence, they have a specific order that they need to go in. It goes like first, the determiner, observation or opinion, the size, the shape, the age, the color, the origin, the material, and last is the qualifier. This is the cumulative order for adjectives that come directly before a noun. They are not separated by commas. So thank you for being with me up until the end of this lesson's discussion. Again, this is Teacher Charlene, wishing you all a good day and may God bless us all.